Hey guys, Joker here. Um, Today I wanted to talk about a movie instead of a series I watched called Josee, Tiger and Fish. It is in English dub and English sub, and I found it to be a very heartwarming romantic family. Um, Basically, the movie is about this young man named Suno who is working part-time and saving up money while studying in college because he wants to study abroad in Mexico in order to be able to see and therefore study um, fish angels, I believe they were, or a specific like family of fish that you can only find them around that area of the sea. And so while he's um, coming home from working part-time at a dive shop, he he ends up saving this girl whose wheelchair had gone out of control after somebody pushed her, and he basically catches her. And although their relationship starts a little bit rocky at first, he then later learns that this girl is named Kumiko, or as she prefers to be called, Josee. Um, and she is in fact is a girl in a wheelchair. They never specified what exactly type of condition she has, but it's evident that she cannot um, walk or move the lower part of her body. Um, and so eventually, Suno becomes a caretaker for her, working for her and her grandmother after her grandmother asks if he'd be willing to take the job, and obviously he accepts. And so they start at a rocky start because this specific of the jobs that he is told is you have to take care of Kumiko by doing whatever she says. And so Kumiko, or rather Josee, takes things too literal at the beginning, just giving him absurd command and just asking childish and stupid things. Um, and their relationship doesn't start becoming better until he accidentally walks into her room because he's looking for her and he can't find her. And he notices that in her room, she has a lot of drawings. And so this prompts him a bit later, after hearing her grandmother freaking out, to go and search for her. That's when he finds out that she's trying to go to the ocean. Because due to her condition, she pretty much lives at home. She doesn't really go anywhere, and in fact, she used to go out on walks with her grandmother, but after the incident at the beginning of the movie, she becomes a bit scared just doing it. And so Suno, even though he's supposed to immediately bring her back as soon as he finds her, he decides to take her to the ocean. Simply because he loves the ocean because of him diving and taking pictures of different sea creatures. And so he wants to share the slope with her and takes her. And although the grandmother is furious at first, she eventually realizes that she is gaining independence to go out and do things on her own, even if somebody is accompanying her, she can see how happy she is because she's really only having help in like certain situations. Uh, well, people may not notice her and bump into her, or if like something drastic happens, um, and just things for he knows he can help, but not really trying to be overbearing. And so the relationship just develops further and further beyond that. But then it's a romance movie, so obviously obstacles occur. You have another female who's interested in our main character, and this creates a couple of problems. Also, the fact that Suno hasn't told Jose that he's basically going to be going to Mexico to study abroad, and he hasn't really found the courage to tell her. And then she finds out through somebody else, and it just makes her feel um, in despair because she thinks that she can't reach out anymore and have the things that she wants. And towards the end of the movie, um, well, more towards the middle, he sort of starts realizing a bit of how she may be feeling in regards of the things that she can't reach out towards, because he ends up in an accident after saving her, and because of this he ends up with some mobility problems. For a while he has to be in a wheelchair of his own. Eventually he's able to walk again and move, but it is implied that he won't be able to move the same anymore, and he will have mobility problems. And he falls into despair, thinking that he's never going to achieve his dream. However, in the end, Josee makes him realize that even if he has that setback, he can still realize his dream, and that until also makes her realize that there's still things that she can reach out that she wants, regardless of what others may say. And then in typical dramatic anime fashion, they realize their feelings for each other. And I'm not sure, because I think there was a bit more just visuals towards the end, but based on what I was able to tell, I think towards the end he either regained enough mobility to be able to continue diving, or he was still able to study abroad despite of his mobility problems. Maybe he found a different way to study abroad. I don't really know, but I'm assuming either both options could have been implied by the ending, because they do reunite. And I really like this movie because the messages are very lovely, and I think that not only does this movie shows how it doesn't matter what obstacles you may have, be it giving up on things and hope, or depression, or even a disability, you can still overcome those obstacles. I think at the same time, it was also showing certain human emotions, sometimes what fear and parents or just family members of people with disabilities, excuse me guys, of the unknown, how they can at times cripple them by thinking what's best for them. At the same time, also seeing the jealousy and cruelty, but also I think compassion that comes with love, and then realizing and understanding how other people may be going through life and not just thinking about yourself all the time. are some of the messages that I got from this movie, and it was just a very lovely experience. I recommend anybody to watch it. Unfortunately, I'm not sure where you can watch it. I just found it somewhere, but I have no idea where of any of the streaming services you can find it. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends.